Okay. As always, we'll just claim who we are. I'm Jeff.
I'm Julia.
I'm Emily.
Okay. Well, I guess this week we had, and next week we were discussing a Sacred Duty, the book that we had to read this week, and which was very entertaining. Not really entertaining, but it's very interesting for me. And my wife had this class before, so I kind of read it before. So let's see. First question, and we'll just go through. There's like 5 questions here. Having completed the book, how has your understanding and perception increased on the process of international policy and law?
So I didn't finish reading the book quite yet, but this plus the readings we had last week makes it seem very confusing how to get very involved.
Yeah,
Like I read something, I don't remember if it was in the book or something I read online, where he was saying that he was like praying that he didn't want to go do these things. And like he, instead of praying that he would do whatever the Lord wanted him to do. And I feel like if someone with that, like the education and experience he has, is hesitant and unwilling to want to do things like that, I don't know. I feel like, well, how am I supposed to do anything with that?
Yeah, I think what he said was, he said, I prayed about it, of course, but my prayers were more in the nature of, please, I don't want to go,
Yeah, that's the
like
quote.
you were saying.
Hmm.
I will go where you want me to go. I suppose I was fiddling on the roof, like Hype in the movie,
Yeah.
fiddling on the roof. I was trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking my neck, and it wasn't going to work. So yeah, I see what you're saying. I kind of got that out of the book. So yeah,
yeah, I was kind of gonna say the same thing. Like, I didn't finish the book either, but just from what I read, um, yeah, it was kind of hard for me to understand, like, all of the like about the law stuff and what was going on. So I did conclude that it is really confusing and would probably be really stressful. So, I mean, there were a lot of people like for him and against him, and it would be just a lot of work to go through all of that. So, yeah.
Seems very overwhelming.
yeah, very much so. All right, well, let's answer this next question. What role did you see the Lord's playing in Professor Wilkins' efforts to advocate for the families of the world? Or what lessons did you learn from your own efforts?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I missed the first part of the question.
Sure. It said, what role did you see the Lord playing in Professor Wilkins' efforts to advocate for the families of the world? What lessons did you learn for your own efforts?
hmm I think for me, I just like what we were talking about before when he was praying about whether he should go or not. Um, like sometimes I feel the same way. Like I know that I should do something, but I don't want to, so I kind of like say my prayers in a way that I'm gonna get the answer that I want. But like it doesn't work that way, and I think that the Lord really strengthened him and eventually just made it so that everything worked out in order for him to go and do what he needed to do. So I thought that part was really powerful. Like he was able to find the funding.
Yeah, I think it shows that like he'll help us get through whatever he wants us to do.
Yeah, I agree. And I know sometimes we're only human. I know we can be impatient sometimes, and we want those answers to come right now, but we have to learn that they don't come right away,
Mhm.
and we have to be patient, and eventually we will get those answers. It may not come the way we want them. So,
Oh,
and just like Professor Wilkins, it didn't come the way he wanted it, but the answer did come, and he ended up going.
let's see. I'm getting. Oh, did Grace just join us? Okay.
Yeah, joined us.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
she
it looks like she's trying to call.
Yeah, I was getting
Yeah.
a call too. I was so confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting too. Should I try inviting her?
Oh, she's here.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she just
Oh,
joined.
perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Grace.
Uh-oh.
Oh, can you hear us?
It says I'm getting an incoming call still. So I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
That is weird. So am I.
Maybe she somehow joined this call, but is also calling separately or something.
Probably. I'm gonna send her. She went away. Well, she's still there. Hmm. She may not have audio. But she went away. Maybe she'll try again. All right, we're okay.
Hello? Oh.
She's coming back. I'll give her a chance to answer the question we just answered if she comes. She said she'll try again. There's-
Can you hear us?
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. We can hear you.
Yeah, that was just really weird. All of a sudden, my call just dropped.
Wow. Okay, we were answering the second question of the questions, and let me just ask this question for you, Grace. What role did you see the Lord playing in Professor Wilkins' efforts to advocate for the families of the world? And what lessons did you learn from your own efforts?
So, is this in reference to the sacred duty?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna pull up the question real quick. I haven't finished sacred duty.
I guess she got frozen.
She may have froze.
Can you guys hear me? Or
Yeah, we can now.
no? Should I move to a different place?
Probably.
Probably.
Here, let me see if this works. Can you hear me now better?
Oh, lots
Hello?
better.
Hello, hello, hello?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it's that bandwidth. All right. So, so you guys are on the second question. What role did you see the Lord playing in Professor Wilkins' efforts to advocate for the families of the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you guys say? I mean, I'm still reading it.
Well, we just practically all agreed to, we're sometimes, we're human, and we're impatient when we say our prayers, and we want those answers to come right away. And sometimes they may not come the way we want them, but they do come, even though we want them right this very moment. But we have to learn to be patient, and the Lord will come to us in His own time, and those prayers will be answered.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to Professor Wilkins in that case.
Oh, and that's what happens. Okay. Did you guys get to finish the whole thing, or is anybody else still reading it?
I got about halfway through.
Yeah, I'm still reading.
I read it twice, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Wow.
my wife had this class a year and a half ago with Sister Meeker, and I read it with her, and then I read it again right before the start of the semester. So,
Oh wow.
so
So you're a seasoned reader of this book.
I'm no expert, that's for sure. Right? So I know some of it, but I mean, I haven't looked at it since August, so I'm just going off of what I remember off the top of my head. So,
Right.
So,
I mean, he sounds like, from just what I've read, a very smart, influential, and also very humble person. And he allows, the Lord to influence the, like, from when he was talking up at that women's conference. And what did he say? He said, let me look at it real quick. When they were talking about that conference, um, he said something. He said that, in reference to the proclamation, he said it was. You guys remember that, or he said it was great. I mean, I don't expect you to remember that, but in the beginning, he basically said that, it's so intricate and it's perfect that if you explained it, there wouldn't be like it there wouldn't be any. The best way to explain it is to just read it. I don't know if, I mean, that's what I got out of it. Like, any of the translations would almost be inaccurate. But except for the proclamation itself and how it was written. I don't know. Did nobody see that, or am I just the only one?
yeah, I kind of did see that. He did kind of mention at the beginning of the book,
Yeah.
especially in the first chapter.
About
So,
understanding the proclamation.
Yeah, just at the beginning
Yeah.
part, like how conference and he was speaking. I don't know if it's the first chapter or if it was even in the prologue. She said the prologue as well. Oh, he said that he thought it was nice,
Mm-hmm.
and he realized he was. Yeah, it says right here. Um, Richard could not but be touched by the spirit of utter kindness President Hinckley radiated. He thought the prophet a man who reached beyond the world entirely. It was comforting to be so led. It was an escape from the world just to be in his presence. The proclamation, however well, in a smiling, nodding way, he thought that it was, quote, nice, unquote, and he realized he was damning it with faint praise. Useful would not be the word he would have chosen. powerful. Certainly not. He had come to feel that all righteous forces were powerless to achieve because these were. And then as I just kept reading, I thought more and more how the proclamation, how he, has emphasized it, and how it's so important to our laws and to, as in the religious aspect of policy making in city, specifically LGBT. Have I lost anybody yet?
Nope. Nope.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's just the brief pages that I've read so far.
Okay.
But I've been reading a lot about the laws and the policy making, and it's just, yeah. But as far as lessons that I've learned that can be applied to my own efforts, I guess in reference to the proclamation and just the things I've read, I think that I personally can become an adult, and I would have never considered that. I mean, I don't know if many of you have thought about this, well, because I mean, marriage and family studies is my major, and I never really even considered it myself. But hey, buddy. Sorry, that's my son. Come here, buddy. But something that really stood out to me while I was doing all the research and reading was I read an excerpt. Buddy. Okay. An excerpt where it says, basically the ending of I don't know if anybody is finished family policy matters, but it basically said begin building an ozone layer for families by promoting a
Okay.
Is anyone still there?
Yeah, it's like just
Okay.
went silent. Oh,
Okay.
there you go. Okay. All right, Emily had to leave, so
Is still here, or
what's that?
is Grace still here, or where?
That's a good question. She says she's
Okay.
still.
I
You
guess
still
we
there?
should move on to the next questions because I don't have that much time.
hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Can you hear me?
We can sort of hear you, Grace.
Hear me?
It's in and out.
Okay, let's go on to the next question here.
Okay. Sorry, I had
Well, you're fine.
this door open.
No problem. Okay, the third question. Even though the book was largely about Richard Wilkins' experience, what important supporting roles did you see others playing in this account? Why is it important to recognize this?
I always, I thought his wife was a good supporting role. Like, I don't know, like she wasn't like in it that much because she wasn't with him like at the conferences or anything, but like just when he was talking about her at the beginning, like how much he loves her, and I think, I don't know, like probably like their marriage is probably a driving force, like for like why he's so passionate about the family and everything about it. Like I think she's a good support to him. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was important to him that how families work, and I guess when he first heard about the family proclamation, and it meant a lot to him, and he put a lot of effort, you know, for his own family.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying, and his wife was very supportive in that.
Mhm. So
We lost Grace. Okay,
we're
just you
dropping
know
like
that. Okay,
all
let's
right.
move on to the next one. Do you have anything else to say, Julia?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. The next question is: ponder your readings from A Sacred Duty. What are some consequences and risks of minimizing or limiting family and religion from your public policy?
Hmm.
Now that's a tough question, and from what he had to go through, I mean, I don't know how far you've got. He, of course, he had to go to Istanbul, and
Right.
when and a lot of people there mistaked him for being an Ivy League liberal from the Kennedy Center at Harvard,
Mhm.
because of how he was dressed. And of course, instead of shaving his beard, he had to crop it in a way a
Mhm.
little bit. So I don't know if I'm answering the question or not, but I'm trying. But so yeah, so
What was the question was like what risks did he take or
no, he said even though the book was largely about Richard Wilkins' experience, what important supporting roles did
oh,
you
we
see?
already answered that one, didn't we?
Or sorry,
Yeah, that's okay.
pondering your readings from Sacred Duty. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
What are some consequences and risks? Yeah, you're right. Of minimizing or limiting family and religion from public policy.
Of
Yeah, the
limiting
risks and consequences.
risk and consequences of limiting family and religion from public policy.
Yeah.
That is a hard question to answer because I don't really like understand it that well. Yeah.
What do you think, Grace?
She's there. Grace, are you there?
All right. Sorry. Okay, just yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
we lost her again.
Maybe we should just skip that question.
Yeah, let's go on. Okay. Okay, the last question. Based on A Sacred Duty, what do you think we can do about it? Does the
About
author Does the author implicitly or explicitly make realistic suggestions for ordinary citizens, as well as those in position of power and influence? And need to provide some examples.
I didn't really hear that, but um, I don't know. Just from the reading, I I mean, he put so much effort into like going to the conference and reading his papers to everyone. Like that's like a lot of stress, and he had to go to so many meetings, and he was so passionate about it, and it kind of inspired me to like do more as an advocate for the family. Like I could put my voice out there more than I am now. Like, because I mean, he went through so much. So I don't know if that was the question, but that's my answer.
Well, I'll go with that. Yeah. The author, I think, it was explicitity, I think, to make it realistic. The example I have is just that she tells a faithful, promoting, and sobering story with her first personal reflections by Richard Wilkins. So the professor and reluctant warrior who found himself in the midst of political intrigue against the likes of Bala Abzug, you know, and he went there to promote the family proclamation, if I remember right.
Mhm.
And so that's my intake on it. And he had to battle that for quite a while.
Yeah.
So that's my
Awesome.
intake on it. So
Sweet. Is that all the questions, or
yeah, that is.
cool?
So
So, should I summarize it then?
let's go for it.
Okay. So we started out talking about how international policy and law is confusing, and um, we talked about how the Lord helped. Um, what was his name? Richard Wilkins.
Wilkins.
He helped him make the decision to go to Istanbul, and also he helped him, have the strength to get through it and do what he needed to do there. So the Lord was um, really helping him out. We talked about how his wife was a major support to him throughout his um, journey, I guess, through the conferences and everything. Um, what else? I'm missing a lot of things. What else did we talk about?
We did talk about. Let's see here. Um, did you talk about the support of his wife?
Yeah,
With the other. Okay.
yeah. Um,
And we
uh,
did talk about his position while he was in Istanbul, and while he was there, and he made it. He didn't make it difficult. It was just difficult.
yeah,
Um, but the Lord did answer his prayer, and he was with him, and he finally uh, got through what he had to get through and what he had to do. And the family proclamation meant a lot to him,
right.
especially with his own family. So yeah. So
Awesome. Thanks for helping out.
you're welcome. Not a problem. So
That's too bad that Grace wasn't able to. Well, I guess she's listening in, but she wasn't
yeah,
able.
she's listening in.
All right.
All right. Until next week.
Yep. Well, thank you, and I'll see you next week.
Sounds good, Julia. Bye,
Okay.
Grace.